Pinocchio coming to life is a very happy accident, but he's not the only accident that happened during his live-action adventure. Here are some of the mistakes we think you missed in Disney's Pinocchio. Stay tuned for Blinky here. Number 1. Let's talk about Geppetto's son. No, not his child, we're talking about the ball in the sky. The heliocentric theory, i.e. that the sun was the center of our universe, was widely popular in the 1800s when this story is set, and yet Geppetto tells Pinocchio that it is the sun that revolves around the earth. This is why Pinocchio needed desperately to go to school, because homeschooling would not have ended well.
That is the sun, my son. It goes around the earth once a day.
Number 2. Any life coaches out there ready to help our man Geppetto? Does Geppetto own a clock shop? Because it seems there's no explanation as to why Geppetto would not make a new clock to sell to Rezy instead of being annoyed by his request. What is his business model?
But if you cannot sell your clock, so why do you have a shop?
Number 3. Yes, it's a world where puppets can be brought to life, but some rules still must apply, no? For example, fishes can't blink, and mascara cannot stay on underwater. Yet Cleo, Geppetto's fish, blinks and has a little too much mascara on for a goldfish. Don't try this at home, kids. Number 4. Nothing like a 30-second poo joke scene to cleanse your magical palate. But here's the question. How does a wooden boy smell things? We know Pinocchio can talk, so can he also smell? Does he have lungs? Taste buds? Does he eat? It's okay to have a few human things, but the ability to smell just to have a horse poop joke is when we get into what is his deal for real territory. Number 5. Being a puppeteer is already tough enough. Have you ever tried doing it without looking? The puppeteers in the show scene clearly have their faces covered, except for Fabiana, for apparently no other reason than to make her the center of the scene and not distract from her face. But then how do these folks control these puppets? Number 6. Pinocchio definitely has some magic put on him, but how about Fabiana's puppet? In this scene, her puppet blinks and changes their eyebrows. But there's no extra string or any mechanical way this is possible to do. Number 7. On the subject of puppeteering logic, let's talk voices. Near the end of the scene, Fabiana and her puppet say, "When you find him," at the same time.
When you find him. I sure will!
Dear viewer, think about this for a moment. They cannot speak at the same time. They literally can't. We have seen her throwing her voice before, so we know the puppet does not have their own voice. Either the puppet speaks or she speaks, not both. The puppet is not magic. What happened here? Number 8. More reasons on display here that Geppetto would not have been a great teacher for Pinocchio. While falling asleep, Geppetto spots the wishing star, which doesn't move, but traditionally people wish when they spot a shooting star. If there is a star that is not moving and shows up every night, then it's a lot more common and a lot more wishes would be coming true, while a shooting star is rare. Though the blue fairy does come, so we guess Geppetto was right after all.
It's the wishing star.
Number 9. It can't be easy to win a game of pool on a table like this. On Pleasure Island in the pool hall scene, Candlewick plays a game of pool while Pinocchio watches. However, between shots of the pool table, the pool balls move around the board even before Candlewick hits any of them. Number 10. We're not experts on magic spells, but here's a logic question that bothered us. Geppetto made Pinocchio to resemble his late son, but does not choose to give him the same name. Now, Geppetto does not have to give the puppet the same name as his late son, so there's zero obligation for him to do so. But it would have made a lot more sense to do so, no? And then we'd also have learned more about his past. That could have been nice.
Well, I think he looks very much like him.
Number 11. It's time again for Define What a Lie Is. When Pinocchio is locked in a cage, he lies to Jiminy Cricket. In one part, he tells Jiminy Cricket he wanted to go to school, and his nose grows. But that was actually true because he wanted to try out school earlier in the film. Despite telling part of the truth, his nose still grows anyways. It seems they didn't add a nose rule for half-truths.
What's happening, Jiminy?
Looks like some sort of fairy magic.
Number 12. Again, Geppetto's skill as a clockmaker comes into question. The clocks all go off when he falls back after meeting Pinocchio. But is it because of his fall, or is it because they all go off at midnight? If they're going off at midnight every night, why even bother going to bed before then, since these clocks are going to go crazy every night anyway? Those were all the biggest mistakes we noticed in Disney's Pinocchio. Any you noticed that we didn't mention? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for more animated content. And thanks for watching The Things Animated.